How many times do you tell yourself that if I made a little bit more money, I'll be more secure or more happy? But when you do make a little bit more money, you get more responsibilities. And ultimately, you realize that it isn't changing your life as much as you thought it would. I've been thinking that there has to be something else or some other metric to indicate success aside from income. And long and behold, I stumbled across the concept of life setup. And in this video, I'll discuss how it's important. Before we go further, I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys know someone in your friend circle or someone you just know in general that has an unfair advantage in their life that propels them to live such a good life? And what do I mean by unfair advantage? What I'm referring to is, let's say someone, or we all know someone in our lives who's working a job that possibly pays less. However, it's so chill that the person has a lot of free time, there's no stress, they're just pretty happy. How many of us also know someone that's working fully remote, or they barely have to come into the office, or they have a very negligible commute, maybe like a 5-10 minute walk? How many of us know people that have a fully paid off mortgage, fully paid off house? Or if they have a mortgage, it's quite cheap compared to others. Basically, the options are endless. But I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, is that if we had one of these advantages that these people had, our life would be exponentially better. Would you agree? I would. So we got to change the way we look at success and how we actually measure it. Because if we went only on the income factor, then we'd be capped and tied with one variable, because income is a solution, but it's one solution to a multi-variable problem, and that's what people have got to understand. And if we, could get those advantages, or would just know if the job is like chill or it's remote, if we knew these sort of things, the job will be worth significantly a lot more. I'll now show you guys an example sort of depicting this in a holistic sort of scenario with two people, so person A and person B, to get this example across. In this example, both person A and person B are earning $5,000 a month after tax, just to keep the numbers simple. So person A, his rent is $1,500, his bills are $500, his food is $300, his transportation is $500. That results in a net savings of $2,200 for person A. Here we have person B. Person B has a mortgage of $2,500, his bills are $1,000, his food is $600, his transportation is the same at $500. However, his savings due to expenses such as mortgage and bills is $400. So already you can see a huge distinction in savings, but now let me dissect and delve further into this example. Now let's say person A loves traveling and isn't fussed about working in one area or job stability. So what they do is, based on their monthly savings, they wait 6 months, so 2.2 times 6, that's 13K. And now they decide to travel where the dollar is stronger, in countries such as India, Thailand, Philippines, that of the nature. So let's say 3K is going towards flight, they're left with 10K now, and essentially with that 10K they can live for like 5-6 months without any income coming in. I know this may be sort of a bit of a far-fetched sort of example, maybe not a lot of people want to do it, but I hope you can see what I'm trying to refer to with this point. It's up to you if you want to travel or not, but I hope you can see the advantages of this. Just by keeping your expenses low and like making smarter life decisions, you can do so much. What person A did compared to person B was, he was renting. He saved a lot of money rather than spending a lot of money towards the mortgage. And he also had his bills in check, maybe not turning the heating on all the time, not using excessive water. These little things really do add up. And if you also make smart life decisions, that can change the whole course of your life quite rapidly. Basically, the possibilities are endless. I've seen videos on YouTube from the person who's found this or coined this subject of life setup, literally showcasing that person A and person B, same income. One has responsibilities like bills, a lot more bills, mortgage, kids, and the other person, same income, lives very frugally, but rents a Lamborghini and dresses up really well. It's quite hilarious, but it's really achievable. And that's what we're trying to sort of showcase with these examples. And as I was alluding earlier, the work from home revolution, this has truly changed everything. How many young couples or young professionals, that have moved to regional and they bought a house there because it's significantly cheaper and affordable for them, and also at the same time they're not having to come back into the city. The city's generally a lot more expensive than regional, as most of us can agree. The service in regional would generally be towards a cheaper side compared to like a metropolitan city. Not to mention, this couple, let's say they start slowly paying down their house. They put additional repayments, or they just put money in the offset account and gradually stack that. They would have paid off a house there in Melbourne or Sydney in 30 years or so. It would take them 30 years. And the amount of interest that would be paid to the bank would be crazy. Whereas here, they would have paid off the house, if they do like stacking it up and additional payments, in 10 to 15 years. How crazy is that? And they would have saved like 200,000 already alone on that. Not to mention them getting in the property market earlier, so that property appreciating in value, which can help if they want to buy more properties. These are some examples I'm trying to say. And a lot of people sort of negate hidden costs like this. This is a more prominent example, but hidden costs in transportation. How expensive is it to travel? Or maybe you just go via train, Mikey, $5 a day or so. Like, these costs add up. Not to mention the time you've saved and the energy as well, which you can dedicate to your own work, upskilling, or side ventures. So these are things that you really gotta keep in mind and really view it from a holistic sense, because I've made some mistakes as well that I'm sharing with you. Rather than focus on money, 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 you forget all the other variables involved. There's a lot more variables than just money, money, money. That's what I'm trying to explain. By now, I hope I'm selling you this idea and you're really thrilled and fascinated with it. Now I'll go on to the practical steps to make this journey smoother. The first step really is you got to assess, where are you now? So how much do you have in savings? Do you have at least 6 to 12 months in your emergency fund? Do you have an emergency fund to begin with? If you don't have that, please just stop this video and just get that sorted, because that's quite vital in case you lose your job or anything else happens. So that's the first step. The second step is to see, where does your income compare to the average? If you're earning below average or average, there's definitely a lot of things you can do to earn above average. And as you're watching a finance channel, I believe most of you guys are taking the time to educate yourself rather than watch entertainment, means you'll be above average. So I believe you can find ways to increase your income. That's step 2. The third step is to cut out unnecessary stuff. And the best way to do that, as much as I preach or sort of say budgeting is overrated, is to manually budget each item for a month. That way you can see what's unnecessary and cut it out. And you can organize these into 4 categories. So there's wish, required, essential, and regret. Hopefully you don't have a lot of regrets. Your regrets should be your smallest category, I hope. And essential should generally be the highest, with things like house coming into it. So these are some steps you can do. I hope this video was beneficial and truly opened your eyes towards a new concept that could change your life for the better, regardless of income. Because a lot of people may not necessarily be in a spot where they can increase their income. They may have to like upskill dramatically or change careers. So this video, I hope, gives you guys hope. See that it isn't just income that you got to be focusing on. And that's the problem, especially in the personal finance community, that we sometimes go on income and savings. Savings are truly powerful, no doubt, but like income, it'd be much better if you can increase it. But if you necessarily can't, there's other avenues or other things you can do to improve the quality of your life. I'll be making a series of more videos on this, doing a bit more examples, trying to touch on this and spread this more in the, I guess, finance community, especially in Australia. But originally this concept was coined by First Man, so check his videos, really good. But beside that, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you truly enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed talking about this, as I'm fascinated. I'll see you guys next time, Saturday, 12 p.m. again. Goodbye.